Hey everybody, we are here on the Gootz cast. It's the Extreme Rules, the horror show, post show, and it's me and Andrew Lee. Andrew Lee, how are you?
Oof. It was a horror show. That's for damn sure.
I gotta tell you, so much good wrestling with so many bad finishes, so many terrible finishes.
That's you know what? Okay, that's a good way to put it. So many good matches with terrible finishes. Yeah, I can give you that. Yes.
All right, let's start. Let's start from the top. Kevin Owens and Buddy Murphy pre-show.
Yes, this is at the pre-show, guys. This is a pre-show match. That's right. Kevin Owens is on the pre-show facing Buddy Murphy. This was I'll be honest with you, it's like a standard match. There's no real storyline behind this besides the fact that they're on opposite camps. And standard match, Kevin Owens wins with the stunner. I guess you could say. I mean, I hate him using that finisher, but otherwise, standard match. It's not bad.
I gotta tell you, I was very impressed when he hit the moonsault, that big fat pig. I thought that was cool. And then I thought, that should be the finish. And then he wasn't finished.
I've seen him hit that before, and it's that same like pop up a moonsault that like Lacey Evans does, where she's standing on the second turnbuckle, she jumps, turns, lands on the top turnbuckle, and hits a moonsault. I've seen Kevin Owens do that before, Lacey, but it's still very impressive because he's a big dude. A big dude doing that is very impressive.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty impressive for him. He's
speaking of pop up, big fat smelly guy. Yeah, sure. Speaking of pop up, I loved his pop up power bomb. I don't know why he stopped doing that. I feel like it's probably easier on his body too.
Maybe Vince told him to stop. You never know.
Maybe.
Sometimes Vince will tell you to quit doing a move.
Maybe, because Junior is super out of touch. He's like, you gotta do the stunner, because nobody's doing that right now. Yeah, you know. Well,
you're a great guy.
Wins with a stunner, Kevin Owens, pre-show. And then we're gonna go. You want to go right into it?
Yep, right into it. There's nothing else to talk about.
All right. Well, there was some news, but I guess we're gonna need to talk about like Paul Heyman, all that stuff.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
All right. So, Extreme Rules is live. This is a live show, everybody. It starts off with New Day and Cesaro Nakamura. This is a tables match for the tag team titles, for the SmackDown tag team titles, that is. What that means is you have to put at least one of your opponents through a table in order for you to win the tag team titles. In the past, it has been both members of the tag team have to go through the tables, but they've changed it now, so it's just at least one member. They start going at it. It's a good back and forth match. There's a point where Big E is Cesaro's outside the ring. Big E runs through the ropes and hits like hits a spear. No. Cesaro's on the apron. That's right. Big E runs through the ropes, dives through the ropes, and hits a spear. And they both land outside on the floor, but they're landing right next to a table. I thought they had just missed the table. You know, I really thought that was an accident. No, it turns out it was on purpose. They purposely were supposed to miss the table. Then what do you call it? You know, Wildcat Kofi Kingston is going crazy in this match.
You know, the fans call him the Wildcat.
That's right.
The WWE universe.
I'm a fan. That's why I'm calling him that. He's going crazy. He's hitting a lot of moves. So he starts setting up a table and then a table on top of a table on the outside of the ring by the announcer's desk. Eventually, Cesaro's up on the top turnbuckle. He has Wildcat Kofi Kingston up, and he hits a power bomb through both tables, taming the Wildcat. Cesaro, Nakamura, now the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. This was what did you think?
I like this match. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but I also like the fact that New Day lost. Like I said, I'm tired of them. I was nice to see Nakamura get the tag belts. I was happy for it. So I enjoyed this match. This was a good time.
Yeah, this was a fun opening match. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really was not getting into this because it was just like I feel like I've seen this fight a gazillion times, but the ending was cool as hell. The double table spot was actually pretty cool. That was a good spot. When he went through it and they were showing the replays, Michael Cole was like crunching. Did you hear him? I was like, that's what the sound of me.
I'm surprised Michael Cole didn't talk about him being the Wildcat.
Yeah. But yeah, we got new tag team champions. That's good at least. Then we get Asuka, Kairi Sane, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross. They're all backstage, and Nikki Cross is basically trying to give everybody a pep talk and they're like, yeah, what are you like? Yeah, I'm a winner. I'm gonna win. They're all saying that crap. Kyrie tells Nikki Cross like, hey, even if you lose, we'll be our friends. And then we go straight into our second match, Nikki Cross versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title. Now, there's a running theme here. You're not going to see a lot of Raw titles being defended. Well, actually, that's not true. Yeah, that's not true, actually. Never mind. Forget it.
Yeah, you just made up something.
No, because there's no Raw tag team titles on the line.
Yeah, but the U.S. title, the Raw men's title, and the Raw women's title.
U.S. title. Yeah, we'll get into that far, yeah.
3 belts, or technically.
Yeah, I get 3 belts. So we got Nikki Cross versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title. Bayley has like a little bandage on her stomach in the beginning. What is that? She's had that on Friday, SmackDown too on Friday.
I stabbed her there.
It's super annoying. But it falls off in the middle of the match. This match happens. It's going. Sasha Banks distracts the referee, and while the referee's distracted, she had tossed Bayley something, and while she's distracting the referee, Bayley punches Nikki Cross right in the ribs with what Michael Cole calls those things that say "boss" on them. And then she hits an arm trap face buster for the win. Basically, it turns out the boss ring, as Corey Graves says, that's what Nikki Cross. That's what.
Did they ever say the words "brass knuckles"? Because that's essentially what it was.
What do you call it? Yes, Corey Graves said it acts like a brass knuckle. He said it's
how does something act like a brass knuckle?
Well, I think he said
if you wear it around your hand and you can hurt somebody with it, it's a brass knuckle.
I just liked that he was like, she punched her with those things that say "boss" on them. I was like, dude, yeah. What did you think of this match?
I liked it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. It was like a standard match. It wasn't anything to write home about, but I also wasn't like, this is a big piece of shit. It was okay.
Mm-hmm. This was just a TV match, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been on SmackDown. I wouldn't have. I hate to say this. The first 2 matches, I could have been watching SmackDown. I wouldn't have known a difference.
Well, it's the same arena and everything.
Yes, it's in the same place with the same audience members who are
literally.
NXT.
We've seen this match now for these matches for 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah, what's really dumb about the NXT audience being like the NXT members being in the audience with a mask on? We have someone like Shotzi Blackheart who had a match on Wednesday, right, with no mask. She's in the arena. She's walking down. She's wrestling with no mask, and then very next night or 2 nights later on SmackDown, she's wearing a mask in the audience. Why does she need to wear a mask? She's been wrestling without a mask.
The audience members, I think the wrestlers don't need to wear masks, but the audience members have to wear masks.
But she's okay. I guess so. Like when she's wrestling, she don't have to wear.
I guess because it's the same thing. Like I lowered my mask when I was doing stand up the other night, but all the audience members had masks.
So then, when you went back, you had to put your mask back on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I guess when you're in the ring, you don't have a mask. When you're being injured, you don't have a mask. But when you're doing anything else, you have a mask.
Okay. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That is fair. Then we get this weird segment where Bray is introducing the horror show, and they film it like one of those like really old like 1950s horror shows where you have that evil like dude like Elvira kind of like person just talking over like bubbling beakers and shit like that. And then he goes, I gotta show you something really scary or something like that. And then they show you a clip of the karaoke from SmackDown.
I thought that was funny.
I mean, I guess I just thought and then like he's like, no, not that, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I thought this was stupid, the whole segment. Did you like this?
I liked the cut to the rest of the segment sucked. I liked the cut to the karaoke. I thought that was fun. Everything else I thought was stupid.
I don't like it when stuff like that happens, and I'll tell you why. If you ask those women that were in that segment, hey, let me ask you a question. Do you really want to do this karaoke or do you want to wrestle? I guarantee you they'll say, I want to fucking wrestle. Yeah. They didn't do that. They didn't do that because it was their idea. It was some fucking idiot's idea.
No, I know that, but I like the fact that they sometimes make fun of themselves, which I think is, I think it's good to make fun of yourself. I'm sure it was I'm sure that was like Vince and Bruce's idea, and then when it was shit, they were like, "Oh, that was a bad idea."
Yeah.
But like, it's okay to I don't mind it because like maybe they thought, "Oh, this is gonna be really good," and
I've just never been a fan of the WWE shitting on people who are
they're
trying
not
to do the
shitting on
best.
people; they're shitting on the creative.
No, they're also shitting on the people.
No, they're not. They're shitting on themselves because they're the ones who gave them the order.
Like whenever they do stuff
But they're
like
not. But they're not shitting on because it's not like Naomi was like I really want to do karaoke tonight. I don't give a fuck. They were ordered to do karaoke, so they're shitting on.
But the way WWE always presents it, they always shit on the performer. Like
I
I'm
don't
not
think
just
so.
talking about the karaoke. Whenever like they go like all the worst gimmicks and stuff, and they make fun of like the Red Rooster and the Repo Man, I'm like,
Well, he
dude,
deserves
who created those?
The Red Rooster deserves to be made fun of.
No, but like like it's not his idea. He's just doing the
But
best.
he didn't do a good job with it.
You know what, dude? If somebody gave me that fucking shitty thing, I'll probably do the same way he did it. And
Rikishi had his ass out. He fucking became a legend. So
I mean, I don't think it's fair when you shit on the performers like that after you're the one who gave them the fucking shitty thing.
They're not shitting on the performers. They're
It.
shitting on the company. They're shitting on the segment.
To me, it looks like
no. It would be if Bray Wyatt said, "I think Naomi fucking stinks," then that's shitting on the performer. He's shitting on the segment. It's a whole different thing. You should be able to make fun of yourself. WWE puts on a lot of garbage, so you should be able to make fun of yourself.
You know what? Yeah, but I don't. To me, it didn't.
No, they should never make fun of themselves. They should just always be like, everything's a great idea because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
I don't know if that's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? Because I didn't say that. Those words never came out of my mouth.
How would you make fun? How would you make fun of yourself if you were?
No. I'm saying that whenever they do these kind of things, to me, it comes off. This is my opinion. It comes off like they're making fun of the performance.
It doesn't come off like me. It just comes off like they're trying to goof on themselves.
Hey, we see things differently. You know, you think Kevin Owens sucks because he's fat. That's not the way I look at it. You know.
Well, but
you look
you're
at things
blind
differently. You have different opinions. You have
very
different
fat.
Well, yeah, and I don't use that as a judgment on his wrestling ability.
I do. He's
exactly.
He should
be
in a zoo.
Wrong.
Actually,
it doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's all it is. That's all it is. You have different.
See, that's me making fun of him. That's me making fun of the performer. That's what you think WWE's doing. I'm doing that directly. You know?
No, I think they are making fun of the performer.
No, if they said like, look how stupid Lana is, that's making fun of the segment. They're just saying like, you want to see something really awful, and it was a karaoke segment, and they cut away right away. They're making fun of what a bad idea the karaoke segment is.
I know what you're saying, and I'm saying to me, it doesn't look that way.
Okay, well, I think you're.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. You don't have to agree with me.
That's because you have, and I have this too. You have this idea that WWE is always trying to like shit on everybody that's working for them. And I think they do to a certain extent, but I don't think that was the case with this. You have a very negative viewpoint on how they handle everything.
I understand that, but I still, to me, that looked like they were trying to shit on the performers. Like, because they're trying to know. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you don't agree with me or not.
Okay, I'm just telling you that it wasn't that's not what they were doing.
You don't work for them. You don't know that.
Because I could read the message, right? When fucking they had a video package how great Sasha and Bailey are. Okay. I'm not like, oh, they're shitting on Sasha and Bailey.
No.
The video package's message was how fucking good Sasha and Bailey are.
Whenever they do stuff like this,
sometimes it is, but not in this case. Not in this case.
I disagree.
I thought it was funny. Everyone said but Naomi and the other.
You have a hard time taking the fact that you think your opinion is always right.
But because you're misreading the segment.
No, I think you're misreading the segment.
Let me explain something to you. The girls, Tamina, Naomi, they were shitting on the segment as soon as it was over on social media. They knew it was fucking shit. So WWE shitting on the segment is everyone knows this segment sucked, so now they're making fun of it. It's making fun of the segment, not making fun of the person.
I disagree.
So what would you want them to do? What would you want Bray Wyatt to have done? What was the joke that would have been acceptable to you?
No, you're going to let me speak. Okay? This is what they always do. They do this, but instead, if you're really going to shit on the karaoke segment and make fun of yourself, what you do is you go start something like somebody go like, hey, we should do karaoke. And then somebody goes, no, that's a really fucking dumb idea or something like that. And then you explain that's a dumb idea. When you're doing this, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. When you do what you did, you're trying to deflect it and say it was the performers because you're showing only the performers. That's not what they said at all. No. That's the way I'm looking at it. You're showing only the performers.
Because you have a negative viewpoint of everyone that works there. in management.
What do you call it? First off,
you think they're out. You have a very negative.
Dude,
no, I'm telling you because you call the guy Junior. You have a negative. You think
that first off, that's his name. That is his name.
Okay, but
I'm calling him by his name.
But you think that everyone in management is out to get the performers. You have that
First
attitude
off,
about this.
I never said that. Number one, I never said that. Number two, you before a couple of minutes ago, you said, and that is actually true. You even said that.
They do. I do think they have it out to get some people, but I don't think this. But in this case, I think they're just laughing at how stupid the segment was.
I understand.
It was stupid. We all said it. I made it the thumbnail to make fun of how stupid it was.
I understand that's how you feel, and I disagree.
Okay,
I'm
good.
allowed
Let's move
to
on.
disagree. You're not 100% right on this. Yeah.
No, you're not right. You're wrong. You're 100%
You're not.
wrong.
You're not right either.
I am right. I am right. They're just goofing on the segment.
You know what? Then fucking put it up. Put it up and ask people who do you would like. You know.
Okay. Well, then people, if you're watching this, let us know. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, they were goofing. If they like put a clip of TikTok, if they put listen, if he goes, you want to see something scary. This is making fun of the performer. I can't believe you don't get it. You're a comedian. You should know this. If Bray Wyatt said you want to see something scary and then showed a highlight package of Tamina, that is shitting on Tamina. But if you're like you want to see something scary and you show just a karaoke segment that no one liked, including the people that were in it, that's shitting on the segment, dude. Come on.
This is how childish you are. Because somebody doesn't agree with you, now you're starting to shit on me.
I'm not shitting on you.
You're a comedian. You should know this.
But you should know how comedy works. Shitting on somebody is shitting on somebody.
You have to understand something. This is your problem. This is what a lot of people have a problem with you. You don't understand.
Who has a problem with me? You're getting very mad about a bullshit joke that you didn't find funny.
No, you're the one who's getting upset. I was willing to move on. I said, hey, man, we have different opinions. You don't like Kevin Owens because he thinks he's fat. He's not a good wrestler.
And that's me shitting on the performer.
And that's fine with me. That's fine. I was just saying we can have different opinions. I was using that as the illustration that we have different opinions.
Okay, well, who has a problem with me?
You're the one who.
Because I'll tell you exactly what's wrong with these people. Who has a problem with me?
Oh, see, look, no. I mean, I think you.
They don't bring it up. Why do you? I don't not bring it up. People have a problem with you in real life. Why would I bring it up when we're talking about fucking a dopey wrestling show that nobody enjoyed?
That's fine. But like, you have to understand, you're the one. You are attacking me just because
I'm not attacking you.
Yeah, you did.
Obviously, I'm surprised that you don't get the nuance.
No, because this is, dude. If you're making fun of the idea, you could have. I would have done it totally different. Okay. When you're doing this, when you say you want something scary, and then you show these women singing without any context behind it, really, then you're just basically.
The context is everybody thought the segment sucked. Everybody knows that.
You're not everybody, dude. Not everybody. Basically, what you're saying is the performers suck. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to deflect.
Right. You know what? They hate Naomi, Lacey Evans, and whoever the hell. You're right. They hate them. They want to ruin their lives. Okay.
I never said I was right. That's
you're right. No, you're right. You're right. Bray Wyatt has sat there with Bruce Prichard and Vince. Like, I hate these four cunts. Let's just ruin them tonight and make shit on them. And they were like, yeah. And they did. That's why they had that little joke. You're right. It had nothing to do with the backlash that everyone hated the fucking segment. Let's keep moving on. It was because they hate these four women. You're correct. Let's go.
Okay.
Bray Wyatt hates all four of these women.
You guys heard it from Ray's mouth, not
Bray
mine.
Wyatt. No, he's right. Bray Wyatt hates these four women, and
I never said that.
For 7 years to make a segment where he shits on them. Let's keep going.
One of the things Ray's really good at doing is putting words in people's mouths. I never said.
That's what you're implying. You're implying
that. Nope. I never said.
You're implying
Bray
the company doesn't like these women because they're shitting.
I never said.
Dude,
I never said.
We're not gonna agree on this. There's a lot more show. We're not even up to this third.
Dude, you're the one who couldn't drop this. So stop acting like you're.
I'm done. You're done. I'm done. Let's keep moving. All right. We got a lot of awful shit to argue about coming up. Let's keep going.
Match number 3.
And any comic doesn't like me is a piece of shit. Keep moving.
Why don't you go bring it up? Bring up the next one. Because you just keep interrupting me. I was trying to speak.
Because you didn't have to bring up this why people have a problem with you. Well, I have a problem with a lot of people, so they can go fuck themselves. What are they going to do? There's no more comedy, so who gives a fuck? Seth Rollins. Hold on. I just want to say to people that have a problem with me that I'm very sorry that you're a bunch of fucking idiots. Let's keep moving on.
Here's the thing. Ray Gootz and me, we might argue like a lot. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change how I feel about it. Ray's always been a good, nice person to me. And we have a lot in common. So even though he gets on my nerves, he's not the only
But
friend that does.
that's part of the podcast. It's better that
Yeah,
we're not like
and
two
here's the thing,
idiots.
I get on people's nerves too,
It's better that we're not two idiots being like, oh my god, I love AEW so much. Like, these fucking twats.
It's the world it is. We don't disagree on all. We don't always agree on everything.
We don't disagree. All right, let's keep going. We got a lot of this awful show to talk about.
Match number 3, MVP versus Apollo Crews. All right. This match never happens because Apollo Crews is still recovering from injury from Bobby Lashley, so he automatically considers it a forfeit. MVP brings out the new title. I didn't understand this at all.
I think Apollo has COVID. They don't want to say.
When do you think they found out? Because why they just?
I think they've known, and I think like they thought he'd be okay for the pay-per-view, and then I think they didn't find out until the week he's still not good, and I think they was Apollo. When was the last time Apollo was on Raw?
That was like the biggest fight we had on this podcast. He just moved right on. I don't know when the last time Apollo was on.
Was he on? Was he on? I'm trying. I think so. I think they thought we'll have him for the pay-per-view, and I don't know why they didn't have MVP go, I'm the new United States champion, have somebody come running out and challenge him. I thought for certain they were gonna have someone from NXT show up.
Yeah,
try to fight him.
Because MVP basically he's cutting a promo talking about how Apollo Crews is still out, so he forfeits. They do this slow thing of them putting the title on him, and you're like, any minute now, somebody's gonna run in or music's gonna play. You see them walk up the ramp, and then they stand the ramp, and you're like, any minute now, somebody's music gonna hit. Nothing happens. That's just it. That was just the whole thing that happened. And I think what you said about how they probably thought he was gonna be ready by tonight, that's why they kept it on the pay-per-view, is probably right. But once they realized that wasn't gonna happen, they should have just thrown somebody in there.
No, now what they do is they just advertise shit, and then dude, if Bray Wyatt couldn't wrestle the Swamp Match, I think they literally would have had Alexa Bliss wrestle Braun Strowman. Just to fuck you.
That's such a fucking bad thing to do when you do stuff like that. It's such.
I think, but they're not selling tickets anymore, so they don't give a fuck. So they're well, who cares? Nobody's paying money to see. I just want to see something. Nobody's paying money to see this stupid fucking match with MVP. So who gives a fuck? And they were and they probably wanted to put the belt on MVP anyway. So we'll just have them take it.
Yeah.
Where
are you going?
Hold on. What? Hold on.
Going?
I just wanted to see something with my dog while we're talking. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so keep going. Sorry, bro.
Hold on. By the way, that thing I said about this is why nobody likes you, I don't actually know that for a fact. I just said it.
I know you probably know Danny Palmer says it. They're free Gootz, man.
No,
not like me.
No,
44 years old.
I'm gonna be
I don't know why I'm shitting on. I don't know why I'm just shitting on Danny. I love you, Danny Palmer. You're a great guy. I'm sure he's listening to this bated breath.
He definitely never said that.
Oh, he's fucking Ray Gootz. Or I don't know who else.
I'm being honest. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. I just made that up.
Okay, or now. No.
Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio. Seth Rollins
versus Danny Palmer. Okay.
For eye for an eye. This means in order to win this match, you got to take out somebody's eye. Seth Rollins comes out with some pliers. He's waiting for Rey. Rey Mysterio hits him from behind. They start going at it. While they're wrestling, by the way, Rey Mysterio has a shirt that says GOAT on it, greatest of all time. Which is, all right, that's what he's calling himself. And there's a point where Seth Rollins pulls out a table and there's a toolbox and he starts taking out all sorts of tools. Basically, and you could hit everybody. You could hit each other with these tools. So it's a hardcore match, or as Impact would call it, it's an old school match. And these guys are going at it. There's a point where Seth is constantly trying to stab Rey Mysterio in the eye with stuff, and he even grabs a pen from the announcer's table and just stab him in the eye. And Joe goes, "That's my pen." I thought that was really funny when Joe screamed that. "That's my pen." There's a cool moment where Rey Mysterio hits Seth Rollins with a sunset flip powerbomb into the barricade, and then he does it again, 2 sunset flip powerbombs into the barricade, and then finally it gets to the point where they take Seth Rollins' head and he shoves it into the corner of the steel steps. Seth Rollins low blows Rey Mysterio and then grabs him, and then he puts his eye in the corner kind of like how this whole feud started. He rubs his eye on it, and then they act like his eye got taken out. Seth Rollins backs
He has
away.
like a toy eye in his hand.
I don't even think I saw a toy eye. Did you see
Yeah,
it?
go check Twitter. There's like he has like this little toy eye. Like, oh.
Oh, really? All I saw was glove.
If you notice, so they do the spot, and then Seth goes to like do the super kick, and it was a really long setup. I think Ray probably had the eye in his pants pocket.
Yeah.
So I think he had to go like this. Ah, my eye, and then like.
Yeah. That's probably when he did it, because so Seth, after he lets go of Rey Mysterio, he backs all the way up to try to like get ready for a stomp. He comes back. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going.
No, he comes back, sees what's happening, and Seth starts puking because it's making him sick. He starts puking, like throwing up real puke or spitting out whatever he had in his hand or whatever. The match is over, and Rey Mysterio gets taken to the back. Seth Rollins looks remorseful. He regrets what he does. What did you think about this?
First of all, I love the match itself. I liked the match was very good. People on Twitter were getting mad that they were doing like they were having like a regular wrestling match, but I thought the fucking match was fucking amazing. I thought they were having a really good match. I think the stipulation really fucking hurt it. If they had made this a last man standing match or like an Extreme Rules match, this could have been a great match. This eye for an eye thing, unless they were going to do a cinematic match where they're like in the streets of like California or something crazy, I don't know why he did the eye for the eye thing. And it was really stupid. It was really one thing I'm most impressed that Seth Rollins could have such a long match like that and still puke on cue. That was pretty impressive to me. Yeah. Although I kind of feel like someone gave him something. I feel like while we're at the cameras on Rey Mysterio, the cameraman handed him some stuff to put in his mouth.
Yeah, like a cup of thing to like spit out. Yeah. What do you call it? This is probably one of the matches you were talking about where the match was good until the ending.
Yes. The ending, like, completely, even still, because the rest of the card is so meh, I'm going to say this is the best match of the night, even though I hated the ending, is because the wrestling was really good. And I really hope they kind of, like, did this half-ass, like, I think it'll be okay thing about Ray's eye later on in the show. So I kind of hope that, like, they have another match at SummerSlam that's, like, a regular like stipulation rather than this bullshit. But
Seth Rollins was really good in this match.
It was a really good match.
The way he was going like, Ray, I'm gonna take your eye out, throughout the match, and his selling of getting the sunset flip power bombs were really good.
Some of the moves, especially Ray at that age, he was just fucking killing it. And then like just to do like a dopey ending like that, I was like,
yeah. They did like a corner apron spot. I was like, oh man, they did a lot in this match. Maybe it's because I had such low expectations, but this was a way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, me too. It was really good. And the ending was bad, but it wasn't as bad as something we're going to get to in a little bit.
If somebody brought this to you, if they brought this to you and said, you're going to have an eye for an eye match, which means somebody has to lose with an eye going out, how would you have booked the ending? By the way,
you know what I would have done?
Still the way they started.
You know what I would have done? I would have, and this is going to sound really stupid, but I would have had them brawl to the back. And I would have had Seth Rollins throw Rey Mysterio through glass, and then he reaches down and he pulls, and like Rey, you can't see Mysterio on camera, but Seth Rollins reaches down and pulls out an eye. And have
like you just see the hand motion go on.
Yeah, and then like he's holding up the eye, and Rey Mysterio's like like running like, and I know it's gonna be ridiculous. They reattach the eye, but at that point, who gives a fuck? Like Undertaker was burnt alive. Well, that's what I would do. I'd have him throw him through something really violent. And head first, and Rey Mysterio will be like, "Oh God!" And then Seth Rollins would just reach down in the camera. You can't see. He pulls like, Raymond. But I'd have the same match, but they'd go to the back and have like a bunch of shit in the back for like a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they actually held up an eyeball, or if he saw like a bloody eyeball on the ground or something like that.
Yeah, or you know what I would have done? I would have had Seth Rollins stomp the eyeball.
Oh, and smash it?
Yeah.
That would have been really fucking great. That would have been really
and Rey Mysterio, or whoever loses is like wriggling on the ground, and the winner like pulls that like. But I would have the loser go through like glass or go through something.
There was a moment in this match where Ray's been wrestling with a mask on that had one eye blacked out, and during near the ending of the match, he ripped it, took it off to show that he's got a regular eye still. What you could have done was, after you do that whole eye thing, now is make him wear a mask from now on with the one black eye thing.
Yeah, you
No,
could do
that's
that.
how you could have sold it for the rest of his career
Or like
until
the next couple of months, they
the next
reattach it.
couple of weeks. Yeah, but until they decided to forget the storyline. But yeah, good match. They showed Joe Byron and Tom Phillips. Everyone's all sad about Rey Mysterio's eye. We got Bailey's getting interviewed by Charlie, I believe, in the back, and Bailey's acting all sad, talking about Ray. And then she goes, I feel so bad because he can't see Sasha Banks winning. So she brings Sasha in. She's just joking around the whole time. And then they're going to go to match number 5. Asuka coming out with Kairi Sane versus Sasha Banks coming out with Bailey. This is a very good match. Very competitive. And then gets to the point where, by the way, gets to the point where Bailey attacks Kairi. They're fighting. Bailey and Kairi fight that outside in the ring. Kylie gets hit with a Bailey to Bailey, and then Asuka is about to spit mist into Sasha Banks' face. Sasha dunks, and Asuka spits the mist right into the referee's face. The referee's blinded, and then while the referee's blinded, Bailey hits Asuka with the belt, knocks her out. She takes the referee's shirts, puts it on. 1, 2, 3. Sasha is now the women's champion, but none of the commentators seemed sure about that. What did you think about this?
I thought the match was amazing. They were killing it, these two. Mm-hmm. That ending. Hold on, it's my corona. Sorry. That ending has to be one of the worst booked instant heat killing endings on the fucking planet. Within 30 seconds, they made me not give a fuck about Asuka, Bailey, Kairi Sane, Sasha Banks, or any of the titles. And I was fully invested in this match. The way they turned you off onto this storyline. Remember, I said I had no problem with DQ finishes 2 weeks ago. I had no problems. They could have been. There's a million ways you could have ended that, but Bailey
I thought you were gonna like this match.
Bailey putting on a fucking ref shirt? No, because this makes literally no sense. Bailey just puts on a ref shirt and counts 1, 2, 3. Why didn't Bobby Heenan just do that at WrestleMania 3? Why the fuck did it how is that the ending? That literally makes no sense. No matter what company you're in, no matter what logic you use. Why can't, I don't know, I'm just trying to think out loud here. Why couldn't Jim Ross just be like, oh, fuck this, and put on a ref, or get out of the commentary, put on a ref shirt, and help Austin with matches back in the day? I just don't understand why all you need is a shirt. This makes no fucking sense.
To be fair to them, I don't think this ending is gonna stick.
No, I don't. But it just you should have at least had this is why they hate me. I was watching this with my homies. They were like, this is why you need authority figure. And I know they got away from that, but you need someone you had Eric Bischoff or even fucking
he would come out.
Brad Maddox come out you're not the champ. We're gonna have a rematch tomorrow night on Raw. Just something. What are you guys, idiots? You can't. It's you just move on with the night, and she still has that was so fucking. And the match was so good. I would have preferred the referee just disqualified Asuka when she spit the mist.
By the way, this match was really, really good. This match was Sasha Banks and Asuka are going toe to toe. They're hitting each other with some moves that I have never seen them do. There's a point where Sasha Banks has Asuka in some modified stretch muffler kind of position thing where she got both her arms pulled back in a certain way, like a stump puller. I mean, like a reverse stump puller. And then there was even a moment. This is how good this match is. There's a moment where Sasha Banks goes up on top, and then I think she's supposed to jump off and hit Asuka with something. She falls off the ropes, but she plays it off so well. She fell off the ropes, and she's grabbing her knee. That I thought it was actually maybe that could have been part of the storyline, some of the match. But this match was really good until the ending. The ending was really bullshit.
Yeah, when she fell, I thought that's a fake out. Asuka's gonna show concern. It was such a well put together match.
Yeah,
both women gave it 110%, and I was loving it until that. That was one of the most brutal finishes. Dude, I'm all aboard the Bailey Sasha train. You know that. And I'm off it. And I'm I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You just fucking killed it.
Yeah. So there was also some bad camera work too, because there's a moment where Bailey hits Kairi Sane with the Bailey to Bailey on the outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the ramp side of the ring. While the ref's like, chewing out Bailey, like, what are you doing? Kyrie is supposed to crawl all the way to the other side and then give Asuka the pill for the green mist. And because the camera zoomed out, you actually see Kyrie do that, like give her the pill. And then Kyrie's supposed to act like she's knocked out for the rest of the match. That's why she never came in the end for the finish. But how could she be knocked out if she was like conscious enough to come out and fucking give her the pill? Like they fucking zoomed out. You saw the whole thing. Like you see her take it and you see her fucking put it in her mouth and shit. So this was just the ending was just.
Yeah, this was sorry, my fucking headphones. This was shaping up to be a classic, and it became a piece of shit.
Yeah,
which was really sad.
There was a point where I was watching this match and I was going like, all the fucking first hour and a half or whatever, it was garbage, and it all makes up for it because this match makes up for all that fucking hour.
You know what's disappointing with this show, and especially with these last two matches we talked about? These wrestlers are going through so much to wrestle in a pandemic. Whether they believe in Corona or not, they're putting their health at risk because we deserve a good time. And then you book these awful fucking finishes, and it almost like takes away from all the work they've done for the past month. Whether it's Sasha or Ray or Asuka or Seth, like you book these dog shit finishes, and it's like, guys, everyone here is taking a risk being in this building. You got to take at least more than 3 seconds to come up with a finish. That is so lazy. That's such a lazy finish.
Stop just fucking phoning it home with these finishes.
Dude, I'm going to think of a worse. Okay, here's a worse finish. WrestleMania 4, when Hogan fucking Greg the Hammer Valentine runs out and disqualifies both guys and says he's the champ and walks away with the belt. That's about as stupid of a finish as this was with Bailey.
For a second, I was like, when did that happen?
No, Greg the Hammer Valentine walks out and says, Macho Man and Ted DiBiase, you're both disqualified. I'm actually champion. Takes the belt and leaves, and you had WrestleMania 4 like that. That's about the level of stupidity that was this finish.
If you could do the thing where you could just have a referee shirt and automatically get a referee, like what I would do is like put Asuka in the bank statement, and then just knock out Bailey should come and knock out the referee, put on the shirt and go, she just tapped, and then just do that.
The other thing, it would be one thing, like let's say there's a heel GM and he's like in love with Sasha and Bailey, and he's like, no, it's okay because she did it. Like they cheat all the time like that. That would let's say like Shane like loves Bailey. That would make more sense, but this made no fucking sense. This made no fucking sense.
To be fair, the commentators didn't understand what happened. They were like, I don't know if that's legal. They even say like, I don't know if that's.
No, they should say it's definitely not legal. She's an idiot, and she's gonna But I don't know if that's legal. It's not legal.
Music, but they played Sasha's music, and she ran out with the belt. Now I feel like on Monday they're probably gonna address it for some. They're gonna address it somehow.
If they don't literally just hand Asuka the title back and tell Sasha she's a fucking idiot and move on, they must really. They sometimes think we're idiots, and this is one of the moments where it's like, oh, they think we're fucking stupid. They think we're a bunch of brain-dead idiots, the fan base.
I think they're going to have a rematch tomorrow. That's what I would think.
I hope so. That'd be good, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So Charlie gives an update on Rey Mysterio about how I was attached, but there's a way to save it. I'm like, all right, go to WWE.com for further details, guys. She has more. I don't know. We go to match number 6, Dolph Ziggler versus Drew. While they're both in the ring, Dolph now decides to tell everybody what the stipulation is. It is Extreme Rules, at Extreme Rules, for only Dolph Ziggler, meaning Dolph Ziggler can use weapons and all that shit, but Drew cannot. In fact, if Drew uses a weapon or uses like a table or garbage can, anything, he's automatically loses the title. In fact, if by count out, he could lose his title. By walking out, he could lose his title. By DQ, everything, he'll just lose his title. And they have a match. Drew still basically is supposed to be like, I guess, like he's got his arm tied behind his back kind of scenario, but I never even felt that at all. Drew McIntyre, it's going to end the way you think it's going to end. Yeah. Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore and he wins.
Dude,
what did you think?
I thought I thought that he was going to like do some unwinnable thing, like I want a roast battle or something. Like if you're Drew McIntyre, if you're Dolph Ziggler, you can do any stipulation you want. Why wouldn't you make the most insane stipulation possible? Like, why would you give this guy any room to breathe? It's like, wait a minute, like what, like
What stipulation would you have given? Because this is, I
ro-
mean,
roast battle, or I challenge you to a rap battle, like just something ridiculous, and then and then have Drew lose to this insane stipulation, and because Drew was so stupid, they let Dolph pick the stipulation. I would have him do something that's completely unwinnable because otherwise it makes Dolph look like a fucking idiot. And I think
what if you had, what if you had to put it in wrestling context? Like it still has to be like a wrestling match.
I would do both hands tied behind your back, both legs tied behind your back, and you can't get up wrestling match.
Yes, that would have been better. You know what you'd have done? Yeah,
Yeah.
both your legs have to be tied together because then you can't hit the claymore.
Yeah, and both hands tied behind your back.
Yeah.
Match. And it's a handicap match, and I have the Viking Raiders with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have done like a handicap match and would have been like I have like 4 other guys with me.
And whoever pins you, I still get the belt. Yeah, like why would you book? Yeah, it just was like there's so many ways you could completely fuck over Drew, and you're like Extreme Rules match. It was like come on, and then like he's in there. Okay, so you have the Extreme Rules match. You can do whatever you want to Drew. He hits him like with a chair and then like walks around. Why would you not just immediately grab a chair and just beat him to death with the chair?
There were so many plot holes in this. Like, so there was another thing. Like, Drew can lose his title in a count out. So if the ref counts to 10, he's outside. Dolph automatically wins the title. There's a point where they're fighting outside the ring, and the ref starts counting. Anyways, the ref gets to like 6. And Dolph Ziggler decides to divert his attention away from Drew McIntyre and start setting up a table, which gave Drew McIntyre plenty of time to go into the ring to break up the count. I was like, why would you do that, dude? You had him at 6. Just keep beating him until ref counts 4 more seconds. Like, it was just like the dumbest thing in the world. This was really stupid. This is a waste of time.
This was stupid. You know what I would have liked that that Dolph gave that whole fucking speech? If the minute they rang the bell, Drew hit the Claymore and just pinned him 1, 2, 3. I'm like, why are we even having this match?
Oh man, dude! For a second, I thought that was gonna happen.
That would have been way better. That would have made it the best. This made Dolph look so fucking stupid.
Yeah, because Dolph was like doing like he was going like Extreme Rules for me and blah 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 and like if you get count out you lose and if you like he was going on and I thought like he was gonna get hit with a claymore. I swear I thought that would have
been so funny.
That would have been so funny. That would have been hilarious. But no, this was way worse. Because hey guys, this has to be a 2-hour 30-minute show. So we're gonna go to our last one, the Wyatt Swamp fight. All right, I'm going to get ready to. It's filmed cinematically. This is the only match that's probably not live. It is not filmed on location. It is at a swamp. And there is Braun driving up in a truck at nighttime.
Here's my first problem. Why didn't he just run over Bray Wyatt?
Yes. So Bray Wyatt's sitting in a rocking chair, and Braun drives up to him. Yeah, he could have just ran him over. He did not. He comes out and stands right in front of Bray to confront him. And the lights go out. Lights come back on. And Bray is no longer sitting on the chair, but the chair is still rocking. Braun stares at it for a good 10 seconds. And then he looks and he sees a sign that says, "Abandon all ye hope." He gets mad and he picks up the chair and he throws it at the sign. And then you hear some animal sounds. Well, you hear Bray laughing, so he starts following that laugh. And then you start hearing animal sounds, like all these different animals. And he saw pictures of these different animals. And then these goons come out of nowhere. And he's fighting off each goon. These goons have masks on. And then while he's fighting off the goons, that weird Bray Wyatt horror show thing comes up where it's like filmed from the 1950s and it's in black and white and there's like beakers and shit like that. And then it cuts away and it comes back to Bray with a shovel, hits him on the head, and Braun is knocked out. Braun wakes up and he's chained up to a rocking chair. And then you hear Bray Wyatt's his old theme song where Bray's just like his old self, like Bray Wyatt, and he's coming out with one of those lanterns. And then he proceeds to give a very long speech with a couple of comebacks from Braun. I have no idea what they were talking about. They're talking about bacteria or something like that. Just went on. This is a long speech. It was like supposed to be like an evil monologue. It just went on. I don't know what they were talking about at all. And then a girl comes out with a snake, like a boa constrictor around her neck, and she's got a veil on. And he goes, remember the Serpent Bride? I thought it was going to be like Sister Abigail, but then Snake bites him.
Supposed to be Liv Morgan.
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah, Snake bites Braun, and Braun gets knocked out again. And then he wakes up, and he's at a fireplace. And then he starts fighting more goons, all wearing masks. And then he fights one goon that's not even wearing a mask at all. Bless you.
Sorry.
But the goon who's not wearing a mask, Bray basically beats him into the fireplace, and he catches on fire. And the guy's like running around with fire. Braun starts laughing at him, and then he sees a Serpent Bride calling for him, and he looks, and she lifts up her veil. It's Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss is like, we want to be together. Come this way. She disappears into the fog as he goes. Bray comes out of the fog. He fights some more. He hits a rock bottom on the fucking boat, puts Bray on a boat, sends the boat away. He's about to walk on the dock some more. The boat comes back. He looks in the boat. Bray comes out of the water. They actually do a real swamp fight. They fight in a swamp. And then there's a point where Bray starts bludgeoning Braun with one of the paddles. And then as Bray's just standing there looking into the fucking swamp, Braun throws him into the swamp. He looks. And then Bray comes back out, pulls him back into the swamp. The water turns red, and out comes the Fiend. And that is the end. That's the whole thing I just described. What did you think?
Oh God, it was fucking dude. All the goodwill Bray Wyatt.
So much time.
What?
I just saved everybody so much time that you don't have to watch.
All the goodwill Bray Wyatt built over the past year was completely ruined with this. He cut the same nonsense. Like fucking. I think I'm deep, but I'm a fucking idiot. Promo. He just went on and on. The only good thing about this, the only thing I thought was interesting, where I thought like, oh, well, maybe they're gonna do something really cool, was when he was tempting him, Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
And it was like, you've always wanted me. Sorry, I thought that was cool. I don't know that one.
Because you said Alexa.
You.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fuck you, bitch. When that's cool that the rewards you were paying attention. Because most of that storyline happened on the Mixed Match Challenge. So, it was cool. And I'm like, oh, maybe they're going to go in a direction with this, with Alexa Bliss and him. And when the best part of your match is Alexa Bliss standing in a hallucinant, it's fun. This was by far the worst cinematic match since it started. And I heard Bray, I don't know, it kind of exposed Bray Wyatt as a fucking idiot. I don't know.
When Braun first drives up the truck, it was very similar to how the Undertaker's cinematic match happened, the Boneyard match.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, this is probably gonna be just like the Boneyard match. It's probably gonna be fun to watch. This was not fun to watch at all. No. This was the opposite of fun.
I'm starting to think John Cena had more input in that match than we know, because that match was fucking amazingly and awesome and weird, and this was match? Just what the Firefly Funhouse.
Oh yeah, the Firefly Funhouse.
Here's the thing: I think a lot of people didn't understand. So when Undertaker and AJ Styles had a great cinematic match, people were like, you could put anyone in these matches, and it turns out no, you can't. You still have to put guys who are good workers.
No, you cannot just put anybody in these matches.
Like when the Money in the Bank match, most of those wrestlers were great workers. The Stadium Stampede, everyone's a great worker in that match. The John Cena's good, and Undertaker and AJ Styles are fucking amazing. These two, Bray Wyatt should be an actor. He should have a horror series. He shouldn't be wrestling. He's not a good wrestler. His shit's too weird. I don't know. It's like, dude, you fucked up all the goodwill from a year ago.
And I don't even think this is over, because the Fiend wins. He won.
I know, and it's non-title, so I think they're gonna have the Fiend versus Braun for the title at SummerSlam.
Oh God, yeah, because the bad guy won. Braun has to get his comeuppance, right? Because he's gonna look like an idiot now. I really hope Alexa Bliss is somehow involved, because that literally was the best part about this whole thing. when they unveiled.
Yeah, when they acknowledge that Braun has feelings for Alexa. I like that.
Yeah, does he really have feelings for her?
I don't know, but well, I hope not in real life because she's dating somebody else. That would suck for him.
Yeah.
But like on the show, yeah, he's had feelings for her, but they never really out. So.
I thought she was gonna be like Sister Abigail. Like she's always been Sister Abigail. Like I'd have been like, what the fuck?
That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. It's actually not even too late It's not too late to do that stuff.
Well, I'll just tell you this. Like, I think these pandemic shows are doing more damage to WWE than not having shows because I think people are wary of the fact these wrestlers are working during a pandemic. And then you see all the effort they put in, and the creative is not matching that effort, and it's just really insultingly bad. And it's not fun to watch with the fake crowd. It's not a good time. Like I think Impact put on a far better show last night.
Impact, even with their technical glitches, was a way better show.
Yes,
even with some garbage matches in the middle.
Because every match, even like when the bad guy won, where I guess Deanna's was the bad guy in her match, every match led to a logical conclusion, and it wasn't insulting. Even like I don't like the fact that Eddie Edwards won, but it wasn't insulting how he won.
No, it was not. It was not insulting.
It was like, all right, that's how a wrestler would win, and it was so. And even if when people cheated, or the only thing was Ken Shamrock, but that was it. He's all.
Yeah, and to be fair, he's the one who ate the pinfall. Yeah. So,
I think these pandemic shows are doing a lot of damage, and I think, and I don't know if they see it, they wouldn't see it this way. I think they would be so lucky to get shut down in a week or two by the government.
Yeah, I think this was one of the worst pay-per-views.
And you know what? When the Rey Mysterio match was happening, I was like, oh, this could be like the best pay-per-view since the pandemic, and then that fucking eye thing. And it never recovered. It just went down, 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 down. And it was a lot of bad finishes.
No, yeah. The best pay-per-view they had since the pandemic has been WrestleMania Night 1.
Yes.
And then they really haven't had another one that I thought that was to that. Maybe TakeOver, the one they had, the In Your House. I liked the In Your House a little bit.
I liked Night 2, no, because that Edge Randy.
Yeah, oof.
Poor Edge is just ruined.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Extreme Rules, guys.
Extreme Rules. What happened?
This was an extreme podcast we did.
This was an extreme podcast. Let me just tell you, I don't know. I think most comedians like me, but if there is a comedian out there that problem me, or you just
I think most comedians do like.
All right, but if you were just taking advantage of me for spots, you could really just suck my dick. So,
yeah, those people. I mean, I should have said that. That's what I should have said actually, because that would have been actually.
Yeah, there are some people that were just taking advantage of your spots.
Yeah,
cool. I know who you are. So you don't have to worry about it. All right, cool. That's it. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw.
Yes, Monday Night Raw.
That's gonna be brutal. Another brutal night of this bullshit. All right.
That is.